Men don't love women, they love benefits. Your looks, your loyalty, your body, your f***ing usefulness. The moment you stop serving their needs, they stop calling it love. Men don't fall in love, they consume. They want peace, validation, and someone to clean up their emotional mess. And the moment you stop feeding that, they call you difficult. You want to know how much a man really cares? Check his effort, not his mouth. If he's broke, busy, not ready, or just tired, he's not broke. He's just cheap with you. Because when a man wants something, he finds a way, always. And stop being proud of being his ride or die. You're not his partner, you're his unpaid therapist. He didn't pick you because you're special. He picked you because you were easy, low maintenance, and you wouldn't question his bullshit. And those "I've never felt this before" lines, girl, that's not vulnerability. That's emotional marketing. He's selling you a dream so he can cash in on your feelings. Once he's done, he ghosts your ass like you're a subscription he forgot to cancel. And when he says, "I need space," that's code for "I'm someone else." Don't overthink it. Men aren't confused. They know exactly what they're doing. They just don't care enough to do it for you. Because to men, dating is pleasure, marriage is profit. Broke men want loyalty, rich men want legacy. Either way, it's never about love, it's about leverage. So stop trying to fix or prove yourself to a man who wouldn't lift a finger for you. Keep your money, your peace, your power. Because once you stop begging to be chosen, you'll realize you were the prize all along.
I'm dating a broke guy, and it really sucks because he has the best personality, hands down.
My sister, there really is no nice way of me saying this, but this goes beyond the fact that your boyfriend is broke. Your boyfriend simply doesn't like you. Now, hear me out. Your boyfriend simply doesn't like you because you said it's been 4 months since y'all have done anything together, gone out, or whatever the case may be.
Like, we have taken trips, but I've paid for the trips, I've paid for the hotel, I've paid for the rental of the car. If we've been to concerts, I've paid for the tickets. We actually don't do anything. We have 4 months, me and him, we just been like sitting ducks. And yeah, it sucks.
But there are so many extremely cheap date ideas out there. Heck, even free date ideas. And he couldn't do that for you? He couldn't save $25 to $50 to treat you to something? It's been 4 months? That has nothing to do with being broke. But all about he simply doesn't care to. You also said that when you did have money, you paid for the trips, you paid for the concerts, and he only paid for, like little things. But now that you're no longer able to do those things, he's not initiating anything. And this is why you don't put out the energy in a relationship that they're not going to put back out for you. And it's very clear to me that he doesn't care to reciprocate the energy that you gave to him. Because if he did, he would put in some effort. It has nothing to do with the money. It has nothing to do with being broke. If he wanted to, he would. No matter how small. Any gesture is better than no gesture. So yeah, this is beyond him being broke, honey. I'm sorry. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't care enough to do anything for you, no matter how inexpensive it is. But I guarantee you, when he finds that woman that he wants to pour his all into, oh, he'll get his act right. He'll start working harder. Hell, he'll even work 2 jobs. Most men want to be providers. The problem is they haven't found that woman that they want to provide for yet. And he simply does not want to provide for you. So it's time for you to move on, honey.
I say this with full love for men, but the reality is that men are draining by default. That the default assumption that you need to make for a man in your life is that he is not the source. In fact, he is draining. He is draining by default. He is going to drain your time, your energy, your compassion, and your love. He is going to drain your beauty and your youth and all the resources that you have. Men are draining by default. Even the best men I know are tremendous amounts of labor and tremendous amounts of risk. That just having a man in your life is going to bring you more labor. It's going to be your domestic labor, your emotional labor, your spiritual labor, because as women, we are the source, which means that we are giving by default. Women bring value to men by default, by all that we pour into them naturally, that we give to their well-being, to the beauty, to the joy, to their every single aspect of their experience in life. A woman by default, just your average run-of-the-mill woman, not even trying that hard, maybe not even that invested. By default, the default setting of woman is to bring value. Just you hugging a man, just you paying attention and listening to a man, just you caring for a man, let alone all the things that I'm sure you probably are so thoughtful and so considerate and so generous and so giving and spend so much time coaching him and counseling him and loving him and lifting him up. All these things by default without even trying, we do. Not to mention you're going to be making his health better, his house better. You're going to be introducing him to your friends. You're going to be giving him fun, amazing things to be doing on the holidays. You might be giving him children so he's not alone in his old age. You're going to be amplifying his status in the eyes of his coworkers, his colleagues, other women. He is touch-starved. He is lonely. No one is paying attention to him except you. Because you are doing these things, he has that in his life, and that is so valuable, and men are draining by default. They are going to take your time, your energy, your love. And the way that they counterbalance this is if a man starts pouring back into you by appreciating you as the source. That is how this is balanced, is a man who recognizes that you are the source and pours into you, sees you, loves you, uplifts you, appreciates you. And that is the only way that this value exchange is made right and true and honest, is by him recognizing you as the source, appreciating you for everything that you're doing, and honoring that sacred exchange. And when you are assessing a man in your life, do not close your eyes to this value exchange and really assess reality.
Every woman should understand these 7 truths about men. And fellas, you may not like to hear some of these. All right, let's go. Number 1, you can't fix him, you can't help him, you can't change him. If he ain't doing it for himself, you're only going to end up mothering him. Number 2, a man's future is hiding in his routines. Look at his friends, look at his habits, and look what he does in his spare time. That's your forecast. Number 3, listen to what he says, but watch what he does. You see, a man shows their true intentions through their actions, through their patterns, and through their consistency, not their words. So keep your eyes open wider than your heart. Number 4, and this one's a big one. A man who doesn't respect or speak well of his mother is a man who hasn't learned how to respect women. And you ain't going to be the exception. Number 5, a man without purpose is a dangerous man. Because he'll look to you for meaning and direction. And when you can't fill that void for him, he'll resent you for it. Number 6, a man will always test your boundaries early to see what you will and won't tolerate. If he oversteps them once, it's a mistake. Twice, it's a conscious choice. Act accordingly. And number 7, a man who frames himself as a victim in any situation or circumstance is a man who will find problems everywhere, solutions nowhere. The moment you even smell victimhood on him, he is showing you exactly how every argument, every disagreement, and every fight will go. Someone else to blame. And eventually that someone will be you. So there you have it. 7 truths. Simple to hear, brutal to ignore.
A man will treat you according to the value he sees in you. Meaning, if he believes you're the most wonderful woman he's ever met, you'll see his dedication and devotion to you. But if he seems confused and not consistent, it's because his intentions with you aren't clear to himself. Because someone who believes they found a diamond doesn't treat the diamond like a regular stone. But remember that this has nothing to do with your worth, okay? It has everything to do with the way he perceives you. And that is harsh truth number 1 about men. My name is Ismael Gomez. I'm a coach, writer, and speaker. And ladies, today I'll discuss 13 harsh realities about men that women often learn too late. Listen to each one of them carefully, because I promise you, it will stop you from experiencing disappointment, confusion, and heartbreak in the future. Okay, so let's begin. Number 2, he won't love you unconditionally. Ladies, never expect unconditional love from a man, okay? This is something that ends up causing a lot of suffering in many women. If you think that someone will love you no matter what, no matter if you fail to meet his needs, neglect his feelings, or disregard the balance of give and take in the relationship, you will be setting yourself up for disappointment. Unconditional love is for your children, your parents, your dog, but romantic relationships are built on mutual benefits, whether emotional, physical, or social. By the way, this applies to women as well, okay? I remember my grandmother told me once the same advice. She said, never expect a woman to love you unconditionally. And I was like, what do you mean, abuela? I don't understand. And she said, if tomorrow you are thrown in prison for life, okay, whether innocent or guilty, no woman will put up with that. Only your mother and I will be there every week to see you. And I laugh now because old people always come up with the most extreme scenarios to prove a point, but there's a lot of truth in what she said, so always remember that principle. Number 3, insecure men will destroy you. An insecure man will try to destroy the things he loves about you. Why, you may ask? Because he knows that other men are attracted to the same qualities that he noticed in you. So if you're playful, charismatic, and have a great circle of friends, many times he will isolate you and slowly dim your light. And once you become codependent and boring, he will say that he lost attraction for you, without even understanding that he was the one who caused it. So always remember this. Whoever you were when he first met you, that's what attracted him to you. So don't let anyone mold you into what they believe is best for you. Number 4, transformation after wealth. In their 20s or early 30s, a lot of guys settle down with a woman because she's the best option that they can find at that moment. They find someone who treats them well and who they think will be a good wife, so they marry her. But once a man starts making some serious money, okay, which for the average guy usually happens around their 40s, things often change big time. Suddenly, he starts getting attention from women who never noticed him before. And now curiosity starts kicking in, plus a midlife crisis thinking that he doesn't want to miss out. So the woman that they married when they were young, who seemed like the best that they could do at that time, may not fit into their new picture of success. Number 5, will lie about cheating. You can find a video of your partner cheating on you, okay? And many guys will say that someone made that up with AI. You can walk into your house, catch him on your bed with another woman, and he will say that she drugged him, that he was unconscious, he doesn't even remember how he got there. I mean, I've seen it all. If you think that most men will just admit, hey, listen, I messed up, okay? I cheated, I take full responsibility for my actions, and I will work on myself to stop this from happening again. Ladies, that barely happens. And don't get me wrong, okay? Those cases do exist. I've witnessed some guys who really, made a change in their lives and worked it out with their spouse, but that's 1 in a million. Most men would rather face death than admitting they betrayed you. Number 6, he doesn't care about you being nice. If you meet a man who's truly in love with his partner, you know what you will never hear him say? Oh, I love her because she's the nicest woman I've ever met. You know when you actually hear those words? When somebody leaves you. Ah man, I broke her heart, but she was so nice to me. You see, when men are looking for what they want in a woman, being nice isn't usually top of the list. It's like, sure, it's great to have someone who's polite and all, but that's just expected, okay? They take it as a given. What really matters to them are things like intelligence, a good sense of humor, having shared interests, and of course, physical attraction and an emotional connection. Number 7, great guy doesn't equal great husband. Some men are wonderful individuals, okay? Everyone loves hanging out with them. Their friends think that they're the best and their family adores them. But when it comes to being a great husband, it's a whole different ballgame. Being a great husband isn't just about being a great friend or, fun to be around. It involves qualities like communication skills, the ability to compromise, and a commitment to supporting and nurturing the relationship in ways that go beyond surface level interactions. Which reminds me of someone in my family, and I'm not gonna say her name, but she always says about her ex-husband, he's the most wonderful guy that you will ever meet. Just make sure that you don't marry him. Number 8, has no direction in life. No woman will ever be good enough for a man that doesn't know what he wants. If a man lacks purpose, if he's not driven by his work, his goals and dreams, if he's not passionate about the type of man that he wants to become, then how can you expect him to be passionate about you? If a man is constructing his life as a garden and that he knows everything that he wants in it, then the moment that he sees a flower, he will appreciate it. But if he doesn't know what he's building for himself, then he will only seek you for relaxation and not inspiration. Number 9. Watch out for the chasers. Many men don't want a relationship, ladies. They want the chase and the conquest. Understand that a secure man will never chase. He'll express that he's interested in you, okay? But if you start playing hard to get or any manipulative games, he will direct his attention somewhere else. A man that chases you intensely is someone who likes the feeling of pursuing what's out of his reach. So once he has you, a few months or a few years may pass, but eventually, in most cases, he'll have to drive to chase someone else again. Number 10. Will judge your body count. Most people, both men and women, say that they want to know everything about your past, okay, including how many sexual encounters you've had. However, once you disclose all the details, it usually causes a lot of friction in the relationship. And ladies, I'm all about honesty, okay? But you don't have to reveal every explicit detail, like every guy that you kissed and who was the best kisser. And I know that some of you do this to poke a man's ego, to make him jealous. And even though you might get his attention in the moment, in the long run, it would only lead to toxicity and unhealthy dynamics in the relationship. Number 11. Will replace you instantly. As a man, I've experienced being replaced in the past, okay? Women who walked away and quickly moved on to another guy. Usually though, when it comes to women, this process is gradual, okay? It often takes a few months or even years for the relationship issues to emerge. It's like there's a slow buildup of tension and dissatisfaction that eventually leads to a breaking point. However, it's usually different in male behavior. For many guys, it can happen in a flash, okay? They'll meet someone new one night, feel completely infatuated, and the next day they're out the door. And you have no idea what happened or how it happened because you never saw any signs. Number 12. He's been brainwashed by X-rated content. Many men develop unrealistic expectations about their partners due to exposure to X-rated content from an early age. Imagine teenage boys already consuming these things, and this is usually their first experience in sexual education outside of what they learn from family or school. There's a lot of research indicating that frequent consumption of such content can lead to dissatisfaction in relationships, as men may compare their partners to unrealistic standards portrayed online. And final, number 13, they value freedom. Men value their freedom above everything else. We place a high value on our independence and personal space. A man feels his power is being taken away if a woman forces him to commit or show love to her. He needs to do it on his own. He needs to feel that he can leave in order to stay. And let me give you an analogy so you understand better. He needs to walk into a movie theater and see the exit sign behind him so he can leave if he wants to, but he decides to stay because the movie is so captivating and worth watching that he wants to experience it until the end. Alright ladies, those are the 13 harsh realities about men that women often learn too late. For those of you who are more experienced, let the younger women know in the comments which ones you've experienced yourself so they can see the evidence and learn from you as well. Because like I always say, for your relationships to change, you need to change. Have a beautiful day.
Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and on this channel, we talk about anything and everything. So today's video is going to be about men, as if all my other videos aren't. But in today's video, today's topic, we're going to be talking about harsh truths about men that women learn too late. And yeah, let's just get into the video. But quickly before that, please like and subscribe to the video. Okay, so the first video, I know this video is about harsh truths, but I had to really tone down the cuss words because it sounded too harsh with the cuss words. Let's talk about it. I really like that this person mentioned that men don't fall in love with women. I mean, they do, but they fall in love with benefits as well, mostly the benefits. I cannot talk from a man's perspective, but it makes a whole lot of sense because most of the time, once the benefits go away, so does the love. And this ties into the video of the woman who mentioned that men are draining by default. That I really, really agree with that. I mean, they're all loving and everything, but naturally they are draining. They're taken away from you. Look at how women bring children for men. Look at the stress that we put ourselves through, the turmoil our bodies go through to bring children. When you guys love each other and then you end up marrying this man, most of the time you are the one doing the manual labor in the house, domestic chores, all those things. It's mostly the women who do them. This is not to say men are useless or they don't do anything or they don't contribute anything to the relationship. But most of the time, when two people are in a relationship, the woman is always the one putting in a lot. Men are just naturally very draining. I really, really agree with that. Men are constantly taken from women emotionally, physically, so many aspects. They're just like always taken naturally. And women we always have this instinct to nurture. It's just a part of being a woman where you just want to do things for someone you love willingly. It's just a part of us. Now, the video of the lady talking about her boyfriend, her broke boyfriend, where she always had to pay for dates and pay for everything and plan dates and do everything. Basically, she was running the relationship. Listening to it, my first thought was, why? Nothing would make me want to pay for all those things that my lady was paying for. Nothing. Paying for trips, paying for tickets, paying for dinners. Why? Why? That's really all I could say to myself. That's all I kept repeating in my head as I was listening. I just kept going, why? Like, if he's broke, I can understand he's broke. But why? Matter of fact, no, I can't understand why he's broke. I don't. I really don't. I can't. No. The lady advising her really, really dropped bars. Talking about how he couldn't save up to take her to a nice place at least once. And she had to be doing all that. And when she stopped, it also stopped. Nothing went on after she stopped planning those dates and paying for everything. A man will move mountains for you if he really likes you. I had to learn that the hard way. That is why I agree with the lady when she said we shouldn't be putting out energy that they're not really willing to put back for us. The energy that this man is giving to you is the same kind of energy that you're supposed to be giving him. If he's not planning dates, don't plan it too. Just observe, remember? Observe. Just watch him. Follow his lead. If he doesn't do, don't do. You don't have to always be taking it up upon yourself and be doing these things because he's not doing it. If you're doing it, what will make him want to step up and do it? Nothing. Because you're already doing it, even though he's not doing it. So it's like, well, she's already doing it. Why do I need to do anything? Because you're running the relationship alone. So no, he's not busy or broke. He's just very cheap with you. As mentioned in the first video, he's just very, very cheap with you. And I've been through it. I've been through it. I've seen it. Ladies, don't do it. Don't go out of your way planning dates, calling this person every time, texting them. If they're not doing it with you, don't do it. Just observe. If the whole relationship just fizzles away slowly like that, then you have your answer. You don't have to keep it going, because if you keep it going, it's going to be going on for as long as you keep it going until you become drained, and then you stop. And when you stop, it just ends there. Then you realize you just wasted your time. A man will always test you. He will test your boundaries. He will test you to see what you will and will not put up with. And I so agree with this. He's pushing to see your limit, to see how much he can get away with. See what he can and cannot do with you. Because every woman is different. Something you will tolerate, someone else would just be like, no, I'm not dealing with this. If he notices or if he sees you're easy, you go with the flow, that's exactly what he's going to do with you. He's going to be unpredictable. He's going to do what he wants whenever he wants because you put up with it. It's like, why not? If you keep doing one thing to someone, which you know is not good, and the person doesn't really mind, the person doesn't really care, doesn't pay much attention to you, you keep doing it. You keep doing it, keep pushing till the person says something and then you know, oh, okay. People generally do these things, but men do it all the time in relationships, especially when they're first getting to know you, the beginning stage, the first few weeks. So, as a woman, you have to stand your ground. You have to maintain your boundaries, make it known to him that you won't tolerate certain things. This is what you're willing to put up with, and this, once he does something you don't like, just address it. You have to. If you just keep quiet, wanting to be easy, so he won't call you difficult, woman, you're in for a rude awakening. He's going to keep doing it, you're going to keep saying it, and he's going to keep doing it until you make it, your boundaries known, you make it firm, you make him know that you really are not going to deal with this. Most men don't listen. They listen to actions. They don't listen to words. If he does something, you keep talking about it. I don't like this. I don't like this. It makes me feel this kind of way. He's hearing you, but you're still there. So until you actually do something about it, he's going to keep doing that. My favorite point out of all these is that he won't love you unconditionally. Oh my God, when I heard this, it was like gold. You know, I like this point so much. Because this notion about love, right? People always make love out to be like this unconditional thing. Yeah, I mean, we love our partners and all that. But indeed, no one will actually love you unconditionally. They could love your flaws and your imperfections, but not when you neglect their needs and their feelings. Unless they're like your family member. Family member. Oh, Scratch that. Even family members will not love you unconditionally. The only people, as mentioned, your parents, you love your parents unconditionally. Your parents love you unconditionally. Your children, if you have any, children that you will have, those are the only people that will love you unconditionally. And your dogs, your cats, your dogs, your pets. Because all they know how to do is love. Nobody else aside these people is going to actually just love you no matter what you do, whether you neglect their feelings, you take them for granted, you don't give them what they're looking for emotionally, physically, all those things. No one is actually going to do that for you. If you think someone is going to love you unconditionally, no matter what, you're indeed in for a rude awakening. All these things online that, oh, you just love someone just because. Relationships are built on mutual benefits. It doesn't matter what those benefits are, whether yours is financial, whether it's emotional, physical, whatever it is that you're looking for in a relationship. The other person that you're in a relationship with is also looking for something out of it. It's not just because they love you. It might be just because they love you in the beginning. Maybe he found you, he met you, he saw something about you that he really liked. Then he started liking you, you guys got in a relationship, something. But after those things, their needs have to be met in the relationship. And so that's yours. It has to be mutual. If your needs are not met, if he's neglecting you emotionally, you're going to get tired and then eventually leave. The same goes for him. So all relationships are built on mutual benefits, whatever they are. Everyone's benefits looks different, but they are. And no one is just going to love you just like that, except your parents and your children and your dogs. The sooner you get that, the better it is for you. Men don't care about being nice. I'm going to say I'm still kind of a nice girl. Not in the sense that you can walk all over me and do whatever you want to do with me. But I still like to think I'm a nice girl. This doesn't only apply to men. Women also do this all the time. You know, when you're talking to your girl and then there's this guy who maybe he liked you, this, that, and then maybe there's just something about him that you don't like, and you're talking to your girl and you're like, maybe he's just too nice, or I don't like this about him. He doesn't seem like this, but he was a nice guy. Oh my god, no guy wants to be the nice guy. Nice guys are not chosen. Nice guys mostly don't have girlfriends because they're just that, nice guys. Same goes for ladies. You don't want to be that nice girl that every guy gets to do whatever he wants to do with and then leaves on the way and says, oh, she was a nice lady. Nice girl is really not the way you want a man to be describing you to a fellow man. Nice girls go with the flow. Nice girls don't have boundaries. Nice girls don't stand their ground. They don't know how to say no because they're like people pleasers. They don't want to offend anybody. They don't want anyone to feel bad because of something they said or did. They're always considering everyone's feelings. You don't want to be the nice girl. It really doesn't get you anywhere. I mean, it gets you somewhere if you're a nice person. But being the nice girl in a relationship dynamic is really not someone you want to be. Those women that men tag as difficult, that is the person you want to be. And not in like the bad term where you want to be like the most difficult person on this planet, but the person who maybe he wants to use and then you're able to stand your ground and say no, or why do you want to do this? Who do you take me for? Those are the girls they call difficult. The girls who stand their ground, the girls who know what they want, what they're looking for, and will not allow anybody to just use them. Those are the girls some men tag as difficult. Men who can't actually give them what it is that they're looking for. Another man who would actually give you what it is that you're looking for will not come in and call you difficult. He just knows those are your standards. And if he really, really likes you, he's really going to give you those things if he can. And this leads me to my next point, which is he will rise to your standards only if you hold them. You have to be firm on your boundaries. You have to know what it is that you're looking for and not just flow. Just always go with the flow and just be someone's puppet. You want to know what it is that you're looking for so that when this man comes along and he's like, oh, I want to be friends. I just want to go with the flow, see how things go. Be friends first and see if it will lead into a relationship. While there is some truth in that, a man who knows what he's actually looking for, maybe say you're looking for something serious and then you meet this man who is also equally looking for something serious. It will always start off with friendship. You don't just, oh, you're looking for a relationship. Okay, let's start planning our wedding. It doesn't always start like that. It starts slow. You get to know each other. You become friends. It's a gradual process. You don't just jump and then tomorrow you're getting married. It starts slow. It builds up. So men who always come, we're still figuring things out, just want to go with the flow. You'll be going with the flow for a very long time if you keep going with the flow with this man. Know what it is you're looking for. Stand your ground. Let those who want to go with the flow go with the flow. And yeah, you find someone who is also equally looking for what it is that you're looking for and won't just drag you along or tag you along until they're ready for something serious and it's not even with you. That's how comes that women are in relationships with some men for a long time. The men will be tagging them along, using them, sleeping with them, taking from them emotionally, physically, psychologically, all aspects. And then before the women realize, the following week, the man is getting married to another woman. No shade to those women though, but it's a point I'm trying to make. This also really leads me to my next point. These points are points I also found and I'm adding them. If you're convenient, he'll keep you around even if he doesn't like you. Some men don't actually want love. They just don't want to be lonely. So if you're convenient, you don't know what it is that you're looking for, you're going with the flow again, just seeing how things will go because he said that. He'll keep you around, he'll tag you along for a very long time. When he hasn't put a label on anything, you don't know what you guys are, you don't know what it is you're doing, and you're scared to confront him because you're nice, you don't want to lose him, or you ask him, maybe you confront him, and then he tells you, oh, we're just going with the flow, we just want to see how things would go. I don't want to put a label on it just yet. You be with him, and then again, he finds someone else to marry, and then you're left wondering what you did wrong. Commitment will not change his behavior. This one. Some women want to trap men with this, maybe trap them with children or marriage, and think that, oh, he loves me. If we get married, he will change, or he loves me. Once he has a son or a child with me, he will change this and this about himself. He'll become better. My lady, you're in for a rude awakening. Commitment doesn't change behavior. It's just a very expensive way of finding out. If it's bad in the beginning, it only gets worse. Things don't get bad over time. They just amplify. Whatever it is that you're seeing and you're ignoring and putting up with in hopes that if you trap him with this child or this relationship or this marriage will get better, will only get worse. It just amplifies. That's what you just keep seeing for a very long time. And the more you see it, the more fed up you get with it. And remember, marriage, you're going to be seeing this person every day. So if it's something small that you don't like about him, and then you think he'll change after you guys get married, remember after marriage, you're going to be seeing this thing that you don't like about him more often. Because as you guys were dating, you were not seeing it every single day because you were not with him every single day. But now that you're married, you have to deal with this thing every single day because you guys are living together. So a ring is just a very expensive way of finding out. I heard this from a lady, Jasma. Now, if you will realize, most of these points that I have mentioned are intertwined in the sense that one is tied to another and another is tied to the next because they all go hand in hand. Another point I really want to mention is if this man struggles with his mental health, it doesn't matter how much he loves you, you always come second in his life. When I heard this point, it really spoke to me deeply because I was kind of in a situationship with this guy and I was really wondering what was wrong. I didn't think it was because he didn't love me. I just thought that it was because he had so much he was going through at that moment that he didn't have space in his life for me. He was just so preoccupied with things that was going on with him. A man's mental health is mostly tied with his financial situation. So this man, he just had so much going on with him. And he wouldn't share with me. Men don't like to share some things. I would ask him several times, like, what is going on? He wouldn't be able to give me anything. He would just tell me there's a lot on my mind. And it was affecting the relationship that we had. Now that I think about it, it wasn't, at first I thought it was maybe because he didn't like me enough. You know, the advice they always say, if he doesn't call you, he doesn't like you. If he doesn't text you, he doesn't like you. While there's some truth in that, there's actually a lot of truth in that. But sometimes it's always deeper than that. There are nuances when it comes to certain things. Everything is not black or white. As in, if he doesn't call you, he doesn't like you. If he doesn't text you, he doesn't like you. Maybe there are deeper issues. Maybe there's something actually going on. And in that case, I actually thought it was because of that. Only for me to reflect and realize maybe it wasn't because he didn't like me. Maybe he actually really likes you, really loves you. But when a man has a lot going on in his life, he cannot have space for you. He likes to just be in his man cave, just pull away, deal with his own issues because they don't like to burden other people, especially women. He doesn't want to feel like a softie. So he just pulls away, and he pulling away to deal with his own issues is leaving you neglected physically, emotionally, mentally. He won't be able to meet your needs. He cannot have your needs met in a relationship, anything that it is that you're looking for in a relationship. Unless he has money, and money is all you need in a relationship, then you're good. Maybe he could actually give you the money, but nothing else. So if he's struggling with something, whether it's mentally, emotionally, family wise, it doesn't matter how much he loves you, you always come second. This man has to be able to work on his issues on his own, and he should be willing to do that on his own. It shouldn't be you always asking him to get help, calling him, telling him, so like, what are you going to be doing about this? He needs to figure it out on his own. Then later come find you if you're still available. Because otherwise you be in a relationship. Like it's really not worth it. And I know it sounds cold, but it really isn't, because if he's actively not trying to help himself, there's nothing that you can do for him. He doesn't have the emotional capacity to be there for you, to have your needs met. It will only drain you because you're always trying to give. You're always trying to help this man. You're always trying to be there for him. And then in the end, like, you are neglecting your own needs. You're not having your emotional needs met. You're not having your physical needs met. At the end of the day, you're only going to be drained because you'll be putting your needs aside to make sure he's okay, because he's going through this thing and you want to be there for him and you want to support him and care for him and love him and do all these things for him, forgetting about yourself. So it's really not worth it. Not to say that men don't deserve to be loved, of course they do, but they also should be willing to deal with these things on their own. They should want to get help. They should want to make the situation better. They should want to better themselves. Only then will they have space in their lives for you. The more you're in your feminine, the more space you give this man to be in his masculine. Why do I say this? Because men love to feel needed. They want to feel needed. Men want to be useful. It's innate to them. They want to be useful. They have to be useful, as a matter of fact. This makes him feel like a man and makes you feel like a woman. Now, ladies, the last point I'm going to be talking about, which I already mentioned in the previous video, which I think is worth mentioning in this one too, is you should be choosing, not waiting to be chosen. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this and learned from it. Hopefully you did. I hope to see you in my next video. See you in the next one.